me, Issaplease, and welcome back to my channel. Because of the world's current situation, we are all strongly advised to stay at home. Because of this, a lot of things have changed in our lives, especially the way that we communicate with one another. What once was being able to go out and talk to your friends face to face is now replaced by a screen, whether it's your phone, it's your laptop, name it. Certain things like meetings, dates, interviews, they're giving lectures are now being done online. I've been streaming for some time already, and I have been asked a couple of times, how do I improve the quality of my videos, especially if I'm streaming or if I'm having an interview or if I'm conducting a meeting? The reason why it's so important for you to have a good setup, especially when you're streaming, is so that you can actually catch the attention of your audience. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you all those things. So let's get straight into it. Let's start with a setup. First and foremost, it is so important that when you're giving a stream that you're talking to your audience at eye level. You kind of want to give them the impression that you are looking at them straight in the eye. It's more professional, it allows people to see your expressions more, and therefore you're able to convey your message even clearer. When you prop your phones or your laptops down there, it kind of looks weird and people kind of don't want to look at you because it's a very awkward position. So what I suggest that you do is to prop your cell phone or your laptop or your camera at eye level, and in order to do that you can use a phone stand. Phone stands are really great. I use them when I TikTok, I use them when I'm doing my makeup and stuff like that, and it's just a great way to keep your phone sturdy. So if I have a phone stand, I will and always will prop it up on like maybe books. If you don't have a phone stand, you can always use things lying around your house, like let's say a cereal box or your different vitamin containers. It doesn't really matter what you use as long as you get your phone to stand. And nobody's gonna know what you use anyway, so don't be so conscious as to what you're using to prop your phone up. The important thing is it's standing and it's gonna be sturdy for a long time. If you find yourself having lectures all the time or interviews or streaming more often, then I do suggest that you invest in a tripod. Tripods are very inexpensive stands that you can get either for your phone or for your camera, and you can find them online, but if they're not delivering right now, don't force it. Don't limit yourself to how you can prop up your phones. The important thing is that you maintain eye level, and you'll see what a difference it makes. So that was it for the setup. The next thing that you want to consider is your lighting. Lighting is really important, especially in terms of showing everyone your facial expressions, and also if you're talking in a dark and not very well lit environment, it doesn't really captivate your audience. It kind of brings down the overall feel. So I actually have a couple of tips on how to do that. So let's start with the easiest way. If you're doing a lecture or a class or a stream during daylight, it helps a lot to prop your equipment right in front of a huge mirror. Natural sunlight is your best friend. So this is what it looks like when you're in front of a light source and if you've got your back towards the light source. So there is a very huge difference in what it looks like, right? Just that alone makes such a huge difference. But what happens if you're shooting at night? If you're talking to someone on your phone, the easiest way is to just bring up the light all the way up on your phone, and that instantly creates better lighting for you and the person that you're talking to. And it's such a simple trick that a lot of us forget to use. Other than that, if you're on your laptop and you're not really using your phone, you can prop your phone on a stand, turn on the flashlight, and just cover it up with a piece of bond paper, and that'll instantly mute out the colors so it's not too harsh, but also give you this really good lighting. Other than that, you can also use a lamp. You can do the same method, like putting bond paper in front of the lamp or on the light so that it's not too bright, or you could just use it itself. It's really all about finding different ways. Another tip is to use your TV. Cast a white photo on your TV screen and to just sit in front of it facing the light source, and that immediately brightens up your videos. But let's say you don't have a TV either. I suggest finding one spot in your house that has amazing indoor lighting, preferably something that's white. In this house, it turns out to be our bathroom. Our bathrooms are the only place that have actual white lights, so I would do my video vlogs there. And I know a lot of us aren't really comfortable shooting inside our bathrooms, but there is a way to hide it. So as you can see, my background right now is actually makeshift. I used a bunch of blankets so that I could create this, and I would actually do the same for the bathroom. If I don't want to use a blanket or a towel, I actually have an illustration board with me that I keep in this house and just take with me in every single room that I might need it in. And that's exactly how I shot this profile picture. But what if you also don't have an illustration board, a blanket, or all those other stuff? The next thing that you could possibly do if you're on an app called, or a software called Zoom, you can actually change the background. Now, I don't know if you can do this for other softwares, but on Zoom in particular, you can actually change the background. What I would suggest is to choose like a pastel or a white, or basically a solid background color. It also takes the eyes away from all the distractions that you have, and it allows people to just look at you. Next is audio. I don't really have a whole lot of advice when it comes to audio, other than make sure that you're using headsets when you're talking if you don't have a microphone. Also, aside from that, I think it's really important to keep a good distance. If you're gonna prop your cell phone somewhere and you don't have a microphone, or you don't have headphones, this is the ideal distance so that it's not too loud or it's not too far away. In terms of audio, there's really not much you can do about it, especially if you don't have a mic. But if you find yourself streaming a lot more often or doing more lectures, if you think that it's going to increase your audio so much better and you want to invest, then sure, by all means. For your physical appearance, if you're really concerned about getting washed out because of the light, you can apply a little bit more contour just to like emphasize the shape of your face. I don't really suggest using so much highlighter, because highlighter and light, it bounces off and it's just gonna make your face look really shiny. So now that I've given you my tips and tricks when it comes to the visuals and the audios, I want to share with you some of my tips when it comes to your speaking points. So I understand that it's a lot harder and more challenging to stream, especially because you don't actually get to see the reactions of your audience, especially if you're going on a Facebook Live and stuff like that. One of my tips when it comes to talking is to take time with your sentences. Don't be in a rush to talk. Don't feel pressured, because the slower you are, or the more normal pace that you are, the more your audience is able to comprehend what you're trying to say, especially when their internet connection isn't perfect. And we all know the Philippines has third world internet, so internet's always going to be a problem. If you're dealing with slides, it helps that you give breaks in between. Like when you show your slide, you pause for a moment and ask your audience, can you guys see it? Can you guys see the next slide? And that allows the audience to catch their attention again and be like, oh, okay, there's a new slide. That's something that I like to do whenever I'm doing a stream or giving a lecture. And I find that it keeps my audience always looking. You know, they're always like focused. One of my other tips is to encourage participation. You can always ask them to send you likes, send you hearts, or if you're on a Zoom call, you can always tell them to raise your hand if they agree, or to send messages in the chat box. If you want to bring your slides or your streams to the next level, there's actually a software that you can use that is free to download, and that is OBS or OBS Streamlabs. I use both softwares for my stream on my Issaplease channel where I game, and I also use OBS for my other streams, and I was doing my podcast live every single Sunday. Both are great apps. They're free to use. There are a ton of tutorials online, so you're never gonna run short of information, especially when it comes to learning about them. I love using OBS, especially because it allows you to switch screens, it allows you to stream what you're doing, and it's just like a really fun software, and it's free, so that's the best part. So those are basically my tips and tricks when improving the quality of your podcast, your streams, your interviews, your lectures, and you name it. It could even improve the way that you have dates or like meet people on different applications. I don't know, but I hope that it helps you anyways. If you have any more questions, or if there's something that you would like me to expound in another video, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below so that I can write that down and make another video for you if this one is useful, and I hope that it is. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also if you want to find out more about me and my personal life, make sure to follow my new vlogging channel. It is Issaplease. I'm about to upload many content there, so make sure that you're checking that out. Also, if you have time, make sure to check out my podcast. It is Issa Talks, and I also stream games. I hope this improves the way that you are able to function in your day-to-day lives. I hope that it helps you gain confidence, and it also makes you feel encouraged to go back to work even under all these circumstances. If you need someone to talk to, feel free to message me. I always reply on all my socials, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye!